Over the course of NASCAR's history, there have been teams that will reach the top of the mountain with certain drivers, crew chiefs, engineers, etc., and keep going and form a dynasty in the sport. But there are also those teams that will peak and then have a sudden drop off into the midfield pack, or even worse. So today, we're going to look at 5 NASCAR Cup Series teams that are currently on the rise and 5 that are on the decline. Rise 2311 Racing. 2311 Racing was conceived in 2021 by arguably the GOAT of the NBA, Michael Jordan, and current NASCAR driver Denny Hamlin, with support from Toyota and Joe Gibbs Racing. In 2021, the team was a single-car operation with Bubba Wallace piloting the 23, and actually scored a win at the Fall Talladega race. In 2022, the team expanded to a 2-car operation with Kurt Busch piloting the 45, and scored 2 wins, sweeping the Kansas races. In 2023, Tyler Reddick took over the 45 and scored 2 wins, and in 2023, both cars made the playoffs. And now in 2024, 2311 is looking their best, with both Reddick and Wallace inside the top 10 in the points. And I think going forward that this team is a serious championship contender. Decline Trackhouse Racing. Trackhouse came into NASCAR in 2021, much like 2311, with Justin Marks, Trackhouse Entertainment, and Pitbull. And their first season wasn't the greatest with Daniel Suarez, but he did have a standout performances here and there. In 2022, they became a 2-car operation and put Ross Chastain in the 1-car, and as a team they recorded 3 wins, and Chastain made the Final 4 in their first season together. In 2023, Trackhouse seemed to pick up right where they left off, with both cars running well almost every week, and even getting a win halfway through the year at Nashville. But in the second half, both cars just fell off. Suarez missed the playoffs entirely, and Chastain was a round of 12 exit and not a close one. And the only bright spot in this time was a win in the finale at Phoenix. And this gave a lot of people hope for 2024. But so far, it has been disappointing. Between both drivers, they have led a total of 147 laps and only have 3 top 5s between the two. And so far, the only real bright spot is that lone win in Atlanta. But who knows, maybe they can make a late season charge. But right now, they seem like they're going down the path of Richard Childress Racing. Rise Spire Motorsports. Spire Motorsports has been making huge strides in NASCAR, and not just the Cup Series. Spire were once laughable backmarkers, only having 1 win with Justin Haley in 2019 at a rain-shortened Daytona race. But besides that win, from 2019 to 2022, the team were just backmarkers. But in 2023, Spire was starting to make some real strides. They landed a massive sponsorship deal with Gainbridge and expanded the team to a 3-car operation, and signed 2 prospects in Carson Hocevar and Zane Smith, and also bought out Kyle Busch Motorsports in the Truck Series, and now has become a powerhouse in that series. Now, while I don't think their Cup team is going to contend for championships anytime soon, I do think at some point within the next 5 years, Spire could be real top 15 contenders. Decline Kaulig Racing. Kaulig Racing has been a top contender in the Xfinity Series for years, but lately they have been slacking. Where this downfall started was with 2022. Kaulig had already had a top Xfinity team with AJ Allmendinger and Justin Haley both being top contenders in the series. But in 2022, the team decided to expand to the Cup Series with Justin Haley in the 31 and the 16 being split between 3 drivers. Now 2022 didn't show much as they were kind of a mid-pack team, but it's their first season. Now in 2023, Allmendinger would be put in the 16 full-time, and a lot of people thought that this was the season that Kaulig would break out. But in the regular season, the only highlight was Justin Haley popping in a P2 at an attrition-filled Chicago street race, and both cars failed to make the playoffs, with the only highlight being AJ's win at the Roval late in the season. And now in 2024, the team lost both of their star drivers. It was announced halfway through 2023 that Justin Haley was headed to Ware Racing, and AJ Allmendinger was being demoted back down to the Xfinity Series. And taking their place in the Cup Series was Daniel Hemrick in the 31 and a mixtures of drivers in the 16 with Ty Dillon, AJ, Derek Kraus, and Josh Williams. With the mixture of mid-tier drivers and lacking performance in both series, I think it's safe to say that this team is on the decline. Rise Ware Racing. Ware Racing has been the butt of every joke in NASCAR, but lately they have been making some strides to be real contenders. The team downsized in 2022 from 4 cars to 2 cars because of quality over quantity. In 2023, the team signed prospect driver Justin Haley to a multi-year deal and formed an alliance with RFK, and this seems to have paid off. While not really showing a lot on the stat sheet, the team has been running inside the top 20 a lot more, and don't seem as off the pace as much as they did 3 to 4 years ago. So who knows, maybe Ware can finally break into that top 20 range and be real playoff contenders one day. Decline, Richard Childress Racing. RCR seemed to kick off this next-gen era really well. Tyler Reddick finally broke through and did it in a big way, scoring 3 wins, and teammate Austin Dillon running around playoff contention and actually winning a race at Daytona. And in 2023, even with Reddick's departure, the team wouldn't miss a beat because they made a massive signing with Kyle Busch. And in the first half of the season, Busch scored 3 wins and looked like a legit title contender. But in the second half, he just fell off. He was a round of 12 exit, and so far in 2024, the only time Busch has looked like a contender outside of a super speedway was Dover. And with Austin Dillon being absolutely irrelevant, this team just doesn't look the same. Rise Legacy Motor Club. LMC has been a team that is also making strides. In 2022, the team picked up a win with Eric Jones in the Southern 500, and things seem bright heading into 2023. But 2023 was nothing short of an absolute disaster. Eric Jones was nowhere near his 2022 form, and rookie Noah Gragson was wrecking what seemed like every week. But in 2024, the team swapped manufacturers from Chevy to Toyota, and would receive key partner treatment and signed a longtime veteran John Hunter Nemechek. Now, while not showing top 10 contender speed right now, I do think by the end of the season, this team will start to show some speed. Decline, Wood Brothers Racing. From 2017 to 2021, the Wood Brothers were perennial playoff contenders with Ryan Blaney, Paul Menard, and Matty D. But after the 2021 season, Matt DiBenedetto was let go in favor of an unproven young prospect in Harrison Burton. Burton in his 2 Xfinity Series seasons only managed 4 wins and a round of 8 appearance with JGR. And well, to say the least, it has been an absolute disaster ever since. In 2022, Harrison Burton finished 27th in points with 7 DNFs and a 22.8 average finish. In 2023, it just got even worse. Burton finished 31st in points with 6 DNFs and a 24.7 average finish. And so far in 2024, he only has 2 top 20 finishes and a 28th place average finish and sits 33rd in points. Burton isn't getting any better, and the team for sure isn't getting any better. Rise Front Row Motorsports. Front Row Motorsports has been overachieving for the past 3 seasons, and it all started with that 2021 Daytona 500 win. In 2021, McDowell won the 500 and was able to keep up his pace all the way through the season, and had a career year. In 2022, McDowell would have been a playoff contender if not for a 100-point penalty in the middle of the season, and would have finished 20th in points if not for this penalty. In 2023, McDowell was in playoff contention all year and made a statement by winning at the Indy Road Course and almost making the round of 12. And in 2024, the team has now received key partner treatment from Ford, and now things are looking up for the team's future. Decline, JTG Daugherty Racing. JTG without a doubt had an amazing 2023 season, winning the 500 and staying around the top 15 in points all season long. And a lot of people thought that with the extra revenue and all the momentum, that they would be at least a top 20 contender. But in 2024, they have been disappointing. Stenhouse is 25th in points with only 4 top 20s in the first 12 races. And with the rumblings that Kroger and Tad and Jody Scheckter are leaving the team, the future does not seem bright at all for this team. Now, you may be wondering why SHR isn't on this list. Well, that horse has been beaten to death, and the team genuinely seems like they're doing better this season. Well, that will do it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Drop a comment below whether you agree or disagree. Also, like and subscribe, and I will see you next time for another video.